Welcome students. So students, today we learn English. I am your class teacher. So now we discuss your first chapter of English from volume 1, Nouns and Verbs.
Nouns and verbs. Of all the things I can know and love, like the earth below and the sky above, the wind and the trees and the waves of the sea, all these the noun will name for me. The dolphin, the whale and fish is bright, the lark at dawn and the owl of the night, the fox in his den and the buck that springs. The naming noun will name these things. Of all the things that as deeds are done, I can leap or linger, romp and run. I can weep salt tears and chuckle with glee, and these the doing verbs decree. I live, I learn, I wish for, I work. But if a good deed I would lazily shirk, then a charm I can say, the good to fulfill. I can, I should, I want to, I will.
Look around you. What's your favorite thing in the room? Probably even a cow. Where are you sitting? Can you peep outside? Can you see a dog or a cat somewhere? Or probably even a cow. Where are you sitting? In your room? In your house? What city do you live in? Can you see your mom looking at you? Or is your brother and sister also sitting with you and learning something? What do you think these all are? They are nothing but nouns. Yes. Your mom, dad, grandfather, grandmother, sister, brother is a person. The place, the city you live in is a place. The thing that you spotted, your favorite toy or your table or chair or your computer or mobile, they are things. And the cat, dog or the cow that I asked you to spot is an animal. What do all of them name? They all are called nouns. And every action this noun or that noun or all these nouns do are called verbs. Verbs are nothing but action words. Do you know Paul King has written a poem on nouns and verbs? Why don't we go and see it once? How did you like the poem? I know it was wonderful, wasn't it? In this poem, do you know that I have some favorite lines? But before I tell you about the favorite lines, what are these? The earth, the sky. Paul King has said that he loves the earth and the sky. Don't you love them? The tree, the wind that just passes the tree, the sound of the leaves that you hear, and the waves of the sea. All these are nouns, isn't it? Yes? So, Paul King says that the words that show or name either the earth or the sky or anything, mistake, repeat. So, Paul King says that the earth, the sky, the clouds, the wind, the tree, the leaves, the sea, the waves, everything are nouns. He just doesn't say or end with these. He also says that the buck, what is the buck? The buck is a deer. The lark in the morning. The lark, what is a lark? It's a bird. Isn't it beautiful? The yellow-brown bird over there. The lark is as beautiful as the sunrise. The way it sings in the morning is so soothing and good to hear. The same way, the owl that hoots at night. The owl is a night bird. Do you know? It sleeps all morning and is all awake and active at night. It hunts at night. Its eyes are so sharp. Okay, the fox also is like the owl. It sits in its den, but then is ready to hunt. The whale, the dolphin, and the fish are always bright. Guess why so? Because they're in water and take bath every time. So, the buck, the lark, the dolphin, the whale, the fox and the owl, even the branch it is sitting in, the eyes, the beak, the claws of the owl, everything are all nouns again. He also, in this stanza, tells us the action of each of these animals. The way the buck springs, the way the lark sings, the way the dolphin stirs, the swimming, the hunting, and the hooting of the owl, fox, and the whale. They all are verbs because they are the actions that these nouns are doing. So, Paul King is telling us the nouns and also their actions. Do you know something? He just doesn't stop by saying these animals or their actions. He also says that he does many actions, like this kid who does many actions. He can jump, it seems. He can even run or play as wild as the wild animals in the jungle can. He sometimes cries when he's sad and he laughs when he's happy. He calls them as deeds that he does. I'm sure you do a lot of deeds. What is that deed that you're doing now? You're listening. And what am I doing? I am talking, blah, 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 blah. All these are verbs. Why? Because they talk about our actions. Do you know, in the last stanza, he talks about good deeds too. And what do you mean by a good deed? Look at this kid donating his toys or books to somebody who is in need. Look at this kid who is helping the old grandpa pick up the things that he accidentally dropped. These all are good deeds. He says at the end, I live, I learn, I wish for, I work, but if a good deed I would lazily shirk, then a charm I can say, the good to fulfill, I can, I should, I want to, I will. See that? If you do good deeds, people will love you. Never stop doing good deeds like planting a tree or probably helping people in need. Everything is a good deed. Please remember never to stop good things because you're wonderful children. And do you know what's the best deed now? Staying home and staying safe. Be careful. Wash your hands. That's an action that you should do every now and then. Cover your face with a mask. Mask is a noun. Cover is the verb. Why are you doing it? To keep yourself safe. Do not go out if it is not needed. Don't touch anything here and there. And do you remember? If you touch, what should you do? Immediately sanitize your hands or wash them. These are also good deeds. Okay?
My friend Varun. He is a man. He works as a teacher. He goes to school by bus. So why do you think these few words are highlighted? Did anybody say because they are nouns? That's right, they are all nouns, and that is the reason why all these words are highlighted. But why is that Varun capitalized and why not the other nouns not capitalized? Any idea? Because Varun is the particular name given to only this man. Whereas if I don't know the name of this man, then I can address him as simply a man. And because he is also commonly called as man, it is just a common noun. So let's go ahead and check a quick difference between common and proper nouns. So common nouns are the words that identify common people, animals, places, and things. Example, man, lady, lion, face, and urn. So everyone will call man as a man, lady as a lady, lion as a lion, face and urn as face and urn, right? But if in case I name this man as Varun, then only Varun will become a proper noun. If I have a lady whose name is Geeta, then only Geeta will become a proper noun. Similarly, if I name the lion as Simba, then only Simba will become proper noun. So let's check what are proper nouns. So proper nouns are the names given to people, animal, places or things. Example, Ram, Simba, Pony, Maruti and etc. So like I was just telling, the name given to lion is Simba. So only Simba will be the proper noun. And what is Pune? The place, right? It's one of the place. So a name given to one particular place is nothing but again a proper noun. And what about Maruti? That's right, it's car. So again I have named one particular set of cars as Maruti. So Maruti will become a proper noun. But in general, I can call all the cars as cars only. Common nouns is common to all and hence it is not capitalized unless and until it is the starting word in a sentence. For an example, lion is the king of the jungle. So like we just see here, lion, king and jungle, all these are common nouns. But because lion is the starting word, it is capitalized. But in general, if we see lion as it is just a common noun. So that's the reason why common nouns will not be capitalized unless and until it is the starting of the sentence. But whereas proper nouns are special and are generally capitalized even in the middle of the sentence. For an example, Krishna lives in Bengaluru. So if you observe, Bengaluru is almost at the end of the sentence, but then it is capitalized. Why? To indicate that it's a proper noun. So always remember, only proper nouns will be capitalized, not any other noun. Alright? And also, it will indicate that a special name given to name, place, animal or things. So that is the reason why it is capitalized even in the middle of a sentence. Are verbs. But what about the brown colored words here? Are and is. Any guesses what they are? Flying and dancing is nothing but the main verb. And the brown colored word like are or is nothing but helping verbs. So what exactly are helping verbs and main verbs? So main verbs are the actual action what the nouns are doing. So the helping verbs will tell the time of that particular action when the noun has actually done that action, and it will also tell if the nouns are singular or plural. So that's the reason why if you observe, a girl is dancing, girl is singular, so that's the reason why we have used singular helping verb is. And dancing is the state of action or the time of action which it is showing. So when is she dancing? She is dancing still, now also. So it is telling that it's a continuous action or the present continuous action. But don't worry, we will learn all these tenses in the future. But for now, just remember that helping verbs will help the main verbs to tell when that particular action has occurred. And also it will tell if the noun is singular or plural. So main verbs represent the actual action and helping verbs tell the time of that particular action. So not just are or is, we also have different helping verbs like am, is, are, was, were, has, have, had, and etc. So you'll learn about all that in the future. So let's go ahead and check few more things. So if you have a singular noun, then you have to use a plural verb. Like Siri wakes up early. So as you see here, there is only one girl. So Siri is just one girl, and I have used the plural form of a verb. That means I just added an S to the verb, indicating that it's a plural verb. So similarly, I have one more example. Money runs a marathon. So Money is just one boy here, but the action, what he's doing is runs. So again, if the verb is plural here. So the third example what we have is shark swims in the water. So just one shark, and the verb what we see here is a plural verb again. So always remember, singular nouns will use only plural verb, but whereas plural nouns will use the singular verb. For an example, girls read a storybook. If you observe, two girls are doing the same action. Because they are doing the same action, we have termed that as a singular verb or a singular action. So that's the reason why it will not be a plural verb. You will just use a singular verb here. So girls read a storybook, but not girls reads a storybook. So the next picture what I have is cows grazing some grass. So these cows graze all day long. So because we have many cows doing same action grazing, I have termed that as just a singular verb. So that's the reason why whenever you have plural nouns like this, you always have to use only singular verb. Because let's check one more example. These trucks carry heavy loads. Because we have many trucks here doing the same action, again the verb will be just singular. So these trucks carry heavy loads. If it had been just one truck, then how can I tell? This truck carries heavy load. So if the noun is just singular, you have to use plural verb. Because we have plural noun here, we have used only singular verb. Got it? I hope you're all clear with helping verbs and the main verb. So let's go ahead and do some activity on the verbs as well. So you will see a 3-letter word on the screen. Try to give a verb for each letter in the word. Frame a sentence with each of the verb. Do the actions as below while reading out the sentence. So what is the action for helping verb? This action. And what's the action for main verb? It is this. So I understood that you're not that very clear, right? Let me explain you. For example, if I have a word like pan, you have to derive 3 verbs from the word pan. So that means from the starting letter of this word pan, derive 3 verbs like paint, ate, and nod are the verbs. Now, how can I make this into sentences? If you have to use a helping verb, then you can take up any verb. For an example, let's take the verb as paint. How can I use this as a helping verb? I am painting my car. So I have used a helping verb am here and completed the sentence. So when you're doing this, when you're completing this sentence, do the action of the helping verb. Let's take an example of ate. So how do we make this verb as a main verb? She ate an apple. So there I have not used any helping verb. So whenever you're using that particular verb as a main verb, do not use the helping verb. And when you are forming that sentence, do the action of a main verb as shown in the picture. And the last example what we have here is nod. So how can you use nod as a helping verb? They are nodding their heads. So what is the helping verb I have used? Are. So they are nodding their heads is again a sentence what I have formed with the main verb nod using the helping verb are. And the action what I have to do is the action which is shown in the picture. Clear? So let's go ahead and do an activity so that you can understand better. Hat. Like you see here, we have many different words coming up, and all these words are nothing but three-lettered nouns. Hat, fun, web, air, lap, ear, can, pug, log, cat, jam, and tap. So I have all these nouns. So what I have to do is, from each and every noun, I have to derive three verbs with the starting letter of that noun. Let me help you with the first one, hat. So hat is the noun, and what verbs can I derive from the starting letter of the word hat? Let's suppose here, appear and tame. So what are my verbs? Here, appear and tame. So retain the same verbs and take one verb at a time and then start forming the sentences using helping verb and the main verb. So if I have to use here as a main verb, then how can I form a sentence? Any guesses? I hear thunder. So I hear thunder, I have not used any helping verb. I just used that verb as a main verb. So I hear thunder. And what is the action I do it for the main verb? It's like a queen wearing a crown, indicating that that's a main verb. So what is my second verb? Appear. So how can I use appear as a main verb? Any guesses? The scary monster appeared from nowhere. So appear is the verb I have used, and I have completed that using as a main verb. So the scary monster appeared from nowhere, and I haven't used any helping verb. So that is how you have to frame sentences. What about tame? How can I use tame as the helping verb? My friend tames her dog very well. So tame is the main verb I have used. How? My friend tames her dog very well. So again, if you observe, I haven't used any helping verb. So again, take the three verbs and use it like a helping verb. How? Here, appear, and tame are my three verbs, right? How can I use here using the helping verb? She is hearing a big noise. So she is hearing a big noise. Is the helping verb what I have. What about appear? So how can I use appear with the helping verb? The stars are appearing very bright in the sky. So again, are appearing I have used. So are is the helping verb which I have used. So tame, how can I use tame with the helping verb? She is taming my dog. So is the helping verb what I have used. So like that, take up each and every word and try to derive 3 nouns with the starting letter of that word and try to make the helping verbs and the main verb sentences out of it. Let me help you with one more example. Let's take the word web. Can you give me 3 examples or 3 verbs? Can you derive 3 verbs from the word web? I'll give you a hint. Whisper, erase, and bring. So whisper, erase, and bring are my 3 verbs. So how can I use whisper as a main verb? She whispers softly into my ear. So she whispers softly into my ear. I have used it as a main verb. And don't forget to do the action, okay? Now the next verb what I have derived is erase. How can I use it as a main verb? He erased the board completely. He erased the board completely. So that is the main verb I have used. And this last example or the last verb what I have is bring. So how can I use bring? He brings me a chocolate every time he goes out. So he brings me a chocolate every time he goes out. So I have used bring as a main verb here. So how can we use whisper, ear, and bring along with the helping verb? For an example, he is whispering a secret. He is whispering a secret. So is a helping verb I have used with the main verb whisper. What about erase? She is erasing the scars. So she is erasing the scars is again I have used as a helping verb. And the last verb what I have is bring. So how can I use bring with the helping verb? They are bringing their own lunch boxes. So they are bringing their own lunch boxes is again I have used as a helping verb. So I hope now you know how to do this activity, right? So try to read all the words and try to derive 3 verbs from the starting letter of each and every noun or each and every. So start using the 3 verbs what you have derived as a main verb and also along with the helping verb and start forming sentences. So you should be at least getting 6 sentences, but if you get more than 6, then you are wonderful. So do take help from your teachers or from your parents if you're unable to derive the verbs from these words. Alright, but I'm sure you will not need any help because you're all clear with the verbs and you're very smart. You can do it by yourself, right? So why wait? Let's go and complete all the nouns and verbs. Alright, so that was all from me for today. I hope you enjoyed learning about nouns and verbs.
Now students, this is your homework from English workbook, page number 13 to 17 and activity book, page number 4 to 7. Thank you.